Hi, Nico. How are you?
I'm good, Aaliyah. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, what brings you to career counseling?
Yeah, pretty much. I just was looking for a better idea about what I'm going to do in the near future. I'm in a counseling program right now, but I really think I'd like to go to a doctoral program in psychology. I'm also kind of not sure if that's the best fit for me. I heard that the Career Center might be able to help me out. Maybe that you guys would look at some of my I don't know, characteristics or something. So I'm pretty much just trying to get some more direction on what to do after my master's.
Yes, we can definitely do that for you here. So, I'm going to tell you a little bit how our sessions are going to go.
Okay.
Today, I want to focus on just learning a little bit about you. Any job experience you have, what your interests are, your values and beliefs. And then at the end of the session today, I'm going to send you some career assessments, and that's going to help us gauge your personality to see what kind of job environments you would fit best in. And then in our next session, we can kind of discuss those and see if there are any that you're interested in. So in our last session, we can kind of develop a career plan and implement the next steps that you'll need to take in order to, start those careers. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Okay. So do you want to tell me a little bit about you?
Yeah, so pretty much I started out at community college. My interests were really neuroscience slash biology at that time. So it was kind of like a general studies though, being that I was a community getting the gen eds out of the way. So long story short with that, it was just biology was kind of where I was starting with. I then ended up going to the University of Pittsburgh and I spoke with this doctor. And after I talked with him, the PhD doctor, after I spoke with him, he told me that it sounded like I wanted to be more of a psychology major because I wanted to be a psychologist. Although I don't 100% agree with that now, I went with that at the time. And I mean, I'm happy I did. I really enjoyed my education. And so the one mistake I made though was I really didn't get a lot of research experience. So after that, I went and currently am at a master's degree, which I think is doing a lot for me because it's going to help me get a foot in the door actually practicing one day. That's further down the line. And in the meantime, I'll probably work at an agency or something like that. And I'm hoping along the way to maybe work on different papers and see, if I could get one or two of them published so that I actually have a little bit more research experience. After this, I'm not 100% sure what to do, though. I'm not sure what's the best fit for me. And, given some of the mistakes that I made, I'm really interested in what like the science behind it would be. Like, what is the best for me? So that's
Hmm.
kind of where I'm at.
Okay, so it's really good. It sounds like you have a lot of goals in mind for your future career,
Yeah.
and you kind of have a good idea about what you want to do, even though you're not completely sure, but that's okay because we're gonna talk about that later. Um, so do you have any job experience?
I think the two most relevant jobs that I've had, I was a research interviewer. So we did surveys for the CDC, and I worked technically for the University of Pittsburgh. So we would pretty much ask people about different illnesses they had, and also other lifestyle factors that they were engaged in, like smoking or exercise and whatnot. I thought that was pretty cool because that was directly doing research. I only say I don't have research experience because I didn't really do like statistical analysis. So, I mean, it's technically it's an aspect of research experience, but it's not really like enough. But that was a relevant job. And then I also currently work at the Bradley Center, and I've been there for about 7 months, and that is like a residential treatment facility where kids with different mental health diagnosis come to live, but also to go to school. So that has been a really interesting experience and has taught me a lot and has also really confirmed that I want to be in the field because there's a lot of people out there to help. So the research interviewer job and working right now, it's called a child development specialist is my position. I'm sure it's comparable to like a mental health technician or even like a milieu therapist at other facilities. So
Hmm.
those are my two main jobs I've had.
Okay, well, relevant experience, that's great. You already have some of that under your belt.
Yeah.
That'll be, really good on your resume for future employers. And it does sound like you're very passionate about what you do so far. So that will take you far as well. Um, do you want to give me, if you're comfortable, maybe a little bit of background on your family and friends?
Yeah, so as far as family, I mean, I definitely I've had a lot of support. I mean, just in terms of like love and social bonds. Like I live next to my grandparents, and a cool thing about that is like we literally have two houses next to each other. They just kind of took like the fence in the middle down back in the day. So like we share the same backyard, and I'm always like back and forth between the two houses. So that's kind of nice though. Which just means like really I have my mom and my dad and my sister that I live with, but I also have my grandfather and my grandmother. So I've always been around a lot of people, and there's always been different perspectives and different looks on things, and that's been very helpful for me in my life. As far as my friend group, I definitely have a close friend group that has like a lot of people in it that have stayed consistent and trying to meet up like at least once a year at a big event. And of course we meet more than that with certain individuals, but like we'll meet up once a year, and that's really nice. So, and everybody's interests and careers and stuff that they're doing is all over the place, but there's definitely a lot of people that I can talk with and express like my intellectual interests, and it's very reciprocal, you know. So
Mhm.
I feel like my friend group's been really helpful for me too.
Good, that's great. I'm glad that you have a lot of support from both your friends and your family. Um, being that you are really close with your friends and family, do you plan on staying in this location or maybe moving away?
To be honest with you, I think overall I'm probably going to stay here. I'm not 100% committed to it. I'd probably go if there was a good opportunity. And like I would even say I do little things to be open to the possibility of moving. Like for example, they said that the human sexuality course in counseling would help if you planned on trying to get licensure in a different state. So I took that partially because of interest and partially because of that too. I thought that was pretty cool factor of it. So like I'm not closed off. I just think that I'm going to stay in Pittsburgh most likely.
Hmm. Okay, good. It's good that you have some idea, but flexible, things could always change.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that pretty much gives me a better outlook on who you are as a person. So that's good. Um, and now, after we're done here, I'm going to send you those personality assessments. There's a personality assessment, a values, and an interest assessment.
Okay.
And then after you take those, it's going to give you a list of jobs that you could potentially fit in that match your personality. So next time we'll take a look at those.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, awesome. Do you have any other questions before we go?
No, I don't think so. I'm just ready to jump into this.
All right, I'm looking forward to next time.
Okay, cool. Me too.
All right, see you then.
I'll see you.
Bye.